Senator Bernie Sanders is introducing legislation to abolish private prisons in America. He said, quote, "When Congress reconvenes in September, I will be introducing legislation which takes corporations out of profiteering from running jails. It is morally repugnant and a national tragedy that we have privatized prisons all over America. In my view, corporations should not be allowed to make a profit by building more jails and keeping more Americans behind bars. It is immoral to take campaign contributions from the private prison industry or its lobbyists." Now, who did that? Virtually all the Republican candidates, and, do I even need to say it? Hillary Clinton. Now, the sad thing is that Hillary Clinton's actually been copying the strategy that I said would be successful for her on the show. And that strategy is play Me Too with Bernie Sanders. See, she already has higher name recognition, so the only way she can kneecap Bernie Sanders is to co-sign everything he says. Because she's already more famous, she's already a bigger celebrity. So if she advocates all the policies he advocates for, and people already know her and like her, then they're going to go, okay, I guess we'll default Hillary. She's largely been doing that, but the reality is all the money that she gets from all these big donors and the billionaires and the corporations, it makes it so that I certainly don't believe her. I believe Bernie Sanders when he tells me he wants to do these things. And by the way, he has a track record of doing these things. He's proposed bills like this before. I don't know necessarily if that's the case with the private prison bill he's proposing, but he's proposed single-payer health care, for example, Medicare for all, multiple times. He's proposed other bills that, progressives favor before. So he has a track record of it. Hillary Clinton has a track record of being a corporatist, pro-establishment, center-right Democrat. And just one example of that is voting for the Iraq War. But there's an endless list of things that go on and on. With Elizabeth Warren, for example, we learned that Elizabeth Warren spoke to Hillary when she was a senator and tried to get her to vote against changing bankruptcy laws, which make them favor corporations more. Hillary Clinton said to Elizabeth Warren, "Oh yeah, no, totally, I'm gonna be against this," and then she voted for it. There you have it. She really is bought and owned by the industry. And do you really want a Democrat in office who's bought and owned by the private prison industry? My answer to that is hell to the no. Hell no, hell no, hell no. I don't care what you say. I'm against it. I'm going to phase it out over time. That's what Martin O'Malley says, too. He's like, no, yeah, I hate private prisons. And people are like, will you get rid of them? He's like, I'll phase them out. Oh, phased. Okay, how does that work? Why are you not just saying yes? I will get rid of them. You're not saying that because you want to have something to hide behind when you don't do it. If you were to get elected, in the case of Martin O'Malley, you won't get elected. So, endless credit to Bernie Sanders on this, and Think Progress says, quote, "Currently 16% of federal prisoners are housed in private prisons. The two largest prison corporations, GEO Group and Corrections Corporation of America, together take in $3.3 billion in annual revenue, and the industry doubled in size between 2000 and 2010. So another thing about this that nobody ever brings up, but I think they should, is these aren't even really private prisons. You've just made it for profit now. It's not private because the government is still paying for it. Tax dollars are still paying for it. But it's just going to a group of people now that also take a profit out of it. And you've set up a perverse incentive. There's a reason why, historically, people have understood and societies have understood. You don't make prisons capitalistic. Because if you do that, then you just incentivize the business owners to want more people locked up. And that is a terribly perverse incentive to have in society. And how do they achieve that goal, too, by the way? Like we just discussed, they give money to the politicians, knowing that the politicians, if they make a phone call, the politicians will say, okay, I scratch your back, you scratch mine. You gave me money, now I'll try to come up with new clever ways to put people in jail and keep them there longer so that you can make more money. Now, you might say that's a conspiracy theory, but I have laws that prove that it's absolutely not. For example, 3-strike laws. You know who lobbied for those? Private prisons. You know why they lobbied for them? They want more people in jail so they can make more money. The idea behind 3-strike laws is 3 felonies, you're done, son, you're locked up, life sentence, end of conversation. No matter how minor they may be. They just want more people behind bars because they make more money doing it. And the only presidential candidate who's really, really fighting this system is Bernie Sanders.